Welcome, one and all video game aficionados, to the StutterBullet gaming channel, and today we are taking three street spec vehicles up Pikes Peak to see which can set the fastest time. The first vehicle we have today is the Chevrolet Impala Sports Sedan 1967. It has 583 brake horsepower, 693 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 3,650 pounds. It is quite high up there in the horsepower and torque ratio for a street spec vehicle. Its weight is quite high though, and it's also a boat, so guess we'll just have to see how it is. On to the next vehicle. The next vehicle we have is the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 2010. It has 665 brake horsepower, 768 foot-pounds of torque, and 4,333 pounds of weight. It does not appear to be having much more torque or horsepower than the Impala, but it is much, much heavier. I presume that this is not going to beat the Impala. Okay, on to the next vehicle. The next vehicle we have is the 1969 Dodge Charger RT Hemi. It has 491 brake horsepower, 564 foot-pounds of torque, and weighs 3,754 pounds of weight. It appears to have less horsepower and torque than the Impala, but also having much more weight. So I do not see this being faster than the Impala. Personally, I think the Impala is going to win. Okay, but we will have to find out. I will see you at the bottom of the hill. Welcome to the bottom of the hill, ladies and gentlemen, and here I have the Chevrolet Impala Sports Sedan. Let's see how it does. 3, 2, 1, go. So, I am thinking that this may be quite a heavy beast, but it actually is surprisingly the lightest out of all of them. So, it should have a pretty fair chance of getting up to a higher amount of speed. But, it does tend to be a boat. The tires are not the thickest. Comparatively to the Dodge Charger, the Dodge Charger probably has better handling due to its maybe thicker it's wider. Maybe the Dodge Charger has wider tires than this. I'm assuming it does. These are both street spec, so their tires could have been easily modified to be better than one another's. It completely depends. The crew doesn't really tell me that. I wish they did. But this does have more horsepower, and I believe it has more torque than the Dodge Charger. I can't exactly remember. The Silverado is sort of out of contention because of its just a mass weight and not very much more horsepower than this, which is probably rear-wheel drive too. But yes, this is seemingly going to do quite well. I have a few. Statistically, I believe this is going to come in first place. Statistically, I believe that the Dodge Charger is going to come in second, and statistically, I believe that the Silverado will come in third, which is last, if you can't figure out that math. But yes, we shall definitely see. It'll be a contest for the ages, said no one ever. But this is going to be interesting between the Charger and the Impala, because even though the Charger has a significantly lower amount of horsepower, I cannot exactly remember if it has more torque or anything. But the Dodge Charger may have thicker tires, it may have better handling, and that just may make this boat of a car, even though it's lighter, not do as well. Lighter, more horsepower, can't exactly remember if there's more torque. And in a heavy car like this is a heavy car, by the way. It's not light, it is lighter. It's less heavy, I guess you could say. But as in a car like this, that may not exactly matter. Okay. On to the next vehicle. Even though the Silverado is not going to be the fastest, I can tell you that. Well, Actually, no, I can't, because it's the crew. It's very unpredictable. It does look quite nice with the current paint scheme it has on it. But let's see how we can do. 3, 2, 1, go. This may have, with its high amount of torque, a lot of straight line speed, but I'm assuming with its 4,333 pounds, in the corners it will not be as good as the Impala. Although it may be as much of a boat as the Impala, because they both have quite soft suspension. So maybe the sheer horsepower, maybe that's how the crew works. It completely ignores everything that has to do with weight and just like, hey, this has more horsepower. Wins. That may be how it is. Because I guess in the realistic mode, it depends on horsepower more, because you can go through the corners faster because you have no restrictions on braking or steering or oversteer or understeer. Maybe that's how it works. If so, that'd be sort of stupid. And I hope it's not actually how it works. And I hope this doesn't win. I like like I've said multiple times before that the Impala in this game is a very sentimental car for me. So I believe that, like, I want it to win. I definitely want it to win. Let's see. Oh, a little bit of a bump there. Like, usually as someone doing this, you're not supposed to show a bias. I'm not going to show a bias in my racing skill, but I will tell you which one I prefer and which one I want to win, because it's just the Impala. Impalas are so nice looking. They're just gorgeous. Ooh, I believe that this might have a fair chance of beating it. It's completely possible that this might have a fair chance of beating the Impala. It's not even to the jump yet. It may be actually extremely slow comparatively, and the Impala could be very fast. It's all a matter of finding out, is it not? We shall see. Ooh, hit the wall there a little bit. Should be fine. This corner, and then around this corner. Okay. Okay, well, we just did a flip, but that's fine. Okay, on to the next car. Welcome to the bottom of the hill, ladies and gentlemen, and here I have the Dodge Charger. Let's see how it can do. Now, I did say that this is going to be 3, 2, 1, go. Now, I did say that this is going to be a competitor for the Impala, but you can't exactly be sure, because, ooh, this does have a lot of get up and go, though. Oh, yes it does. I can hear that engine a-purring. This is going to beat the Silverado. I can tell you that. This is only 3,700 pounds. The Silverado is 4,333, although it had the most horsepower and torque out of the group. It's definitely gonna be the slowest. But it's just between the Dodge Charger and the Impala right now. Like, I do want the Impala to win, but I wouldn't be. I'd be upset if the Silverado won. He's like, you kidding me, man? Against an Impala and a Charger? The rational car here would be the Charger. The rational car to win would be the Charger. You can't always be sure. It seems like this. This is the RT Hemi too. Stock, it does have around 425 horsepower. So they didn't really improve its stats when they put it up to street spec. Didn't give it a large amount of horsepower boost, I guess you could say. Unlike the Fiat 500, which was about 95 horsepower, and when you get it up to 1299 in performance, it gets up to like 440 horsepower, which is ridiculous. 444 horsepower under P500. Absolutely amazing. As you can see, though, I did put the Confederate flag. Oop, a little bit of oversteer. I did put the Confederate flag on the Dodge Charger. I wanted the whole entire General Lee Confederate flag, but they did not have that as a skin, which was sort of disappointing. I don't like the Confederate flag. Oh my God! I can't believe I accidentally just said that. I don't like the Confederate flag. I said something bad before. I don't like the Confederate flag. I feel like it is a symbol of racism. I've heard the argument that in the South it's a symbol of the South, and then it's just like, hey, we're the South. I'm just like, I don't care. You guys, not you guys right now, but you shouldn't accept this. You should be like they are in Germany and go. You should be like they are in Germany to themselves, to the Nazis. Like the Germans right now are to the Nazis. They're not very nice to the Nazis. No one is, of course. You should be exactly the same because of what you did. Okay. On to the times. The Dodge Charger got a 2:50.36, and the Silverado got a 2:50.37. 10 milliseconds apart. That is ridiculous. Amazing how close that is. But the Impala absolutely blew these two away. It got a 2:45.65. Yeehaw! I love that. Well, it's been a fantabulous time, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.